Hello students and welcome back to the video lecture series of web programming. Today's topic is PHP cookie. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Rawal. So before starting about the syntax of cookie, let us try to understand what do you mean by a cookie. So you have heard this word cookie, session and state management in every server side programming language. So PHP is also one of the server side scripting languages. So it consists of state management, which consists of cookie. PHP cookie is a small piece of information which is stored at client browser, and it is used basically to recognize the user, because we know that the communication protocol which is used for sending and receiving the messages between client and server is HTTP. And HTTP is a stateless protocol. So once you are requesting a page, that is client is requesting a page to server, the second request, if the same client is doing, server does not recognize the user from the previous request. It forgets about the previous request. So we need to do state management, because for example, let us take an example of shopping cart. So once you have added something to the cart, so that is a sort of request that you have done, right? Now again, if you are adding something to the cart, because HTTP is a stateless protocol, what will happen if you have not done any sort of state management technique? Server will forget the previous request that you have added something into the cart, and as soon as you add something else into the cart, the previous thing that you have added will be deleted by default, right? So every time you add something into the cart, it will be a new addition. We don't want that. We want to add the second thing irrespective of the thing that we have added first. So the first thing should be preserved and then the second thing should be added. So these sort of thing can only be possible if you apply some sort of state management technique like cookie and session. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss what do you mean by cookie. So we have already told that cookie is a small piece of information which is stored on client browser, and it is used to recognize the same user requesting from the server. Now cookie is created at server side. Now if you may wonder that, ma'am, many times we have heard that cookie is client side and session is server side, but is cookie created on client? No, cookie is created on server side, but it is stored on client browser. So we are always comparing cookie and session, and we are telling that cookie is client side and session is server side, but the truth is both are created on server side. And each time when client sends a request to the server, this cookie which was created in the server side and stored in your client browser is embedded with the request. So as soon as the server encounters this embedded cookie, it will get to know that yes, the request is coming from the same or the previous user only. So this way you can maintain the state of the same user, and you can recognize the same user requesting to the server, right? So let us learn the cookie working. So here you can see that you have a client browser. Now for creation of the cookie, you will also require a server, that is a web server. So when you want to maintain this state using cookie, the first step is client browser will request to the server to create a cookie. So as soon as the client browser is requesting the server to create a cookie, server will create a cookie that will be a unique identifier, right? And along with the response, this cookie's identifier will be sent back to the client. As soon as this client receives the response, that is, it receives this identifier of cookie on browser, this browser will store this cookie on the client side. Now once this cookie is stored into the browser, again when the same user is requesting some page to the server, along with the request, browser will also send the unique identifier that it received in the previous response, right? So in this way the server will identify that the request is coming from the same user. Why it is able to identify? Because along with the request, server will be able to identify the user, because along with the request the cookie identifier is also embedded and sent to the server. So as soon as this unique identifier of cookie is is encountered in the request, server will able to identify the user. Okay, so in this way you can maintain the state of the same user using cookie. Now for creation of cookie in PHP, what is the syntax? The function that we will use is set cookie. So cookie is created with set cookie function in PHP. Now this is the syntax. You can see over here that you have this function and you have different parameters that you can pass. So the first one is name, which is mandatory. You have to compulsory write this name of the cookie while setting the cookie in PHP. All the other parameters are optional, right? We will one by one see what are the other parameters. Let us just list down them. The first one is name of the cookie, the second one is value, the third one is expire, the fourth is path, fifth is domain, and sixth is secure. So these all are the parameters that you can pass along while you are setting the cookie. Let us in detail understand all these arguments that we can pass along with the cookie. So the first parameter is name. So I have told you that this basically sets the name of your cookie, and whenever you create a cookie using set cookie and if you pass this parameter name, this is basically stored in an environment variable in PHP called http_cookie_vars. So there is one environmental variable and your name is stored in this particular environmental variable. Now whenever you are accessing the cookie, this variable is basically used for accessing, right? So it is mandatory to pass name while you are setting the cookie in PHP. The next argument is value. Now this sets the value of named variable, and it is actually the content you want to store, right? So you can have this name of the cookie, and for that named cookie, what is the content or value that you want to store in your cookie, that also you can specify while setting the cookie. The next is expiry. Now this specify a future time when you want your cookie to expire, right? So basically this means that when do you want your cookie to become inaccessible, or if you want it to delete, right? So automatically if you want a particular date and time that when your browser should delete the cookie, you can specify it in the expiry. Now what if you are not specifying the expiry? As soon as you close the browser, automatically your cookie will be expired. The next is path. Now this specifies the directories for which the cookie is valid, and if you only write a single /, this permits the cookie to be valid for all the directories. The next is domain. Now this can also be used to specify the domain name. So if you have very large domain and so basically if you want that your cookie should be valid for certain host and domain, you can specify this domain name, right? The next is security. This can be set to either 1 or it can be set to 0. If you are setting security to 1, it means that your cookie should only be sent for secure transmission. Now what is secure transmission? When your request is HTTPS, that is your HTTP protocol is securely transmitted, then you want this cookie to be embedded, otherwise you don't want your cookie to be embedded. If you want such secure transmission, then you can set the cookie value to 1, secure value. Otherwise by default it is 0. It means whether it is secure or it is not secure, you want your cookie to be embedded and sent along with the HTTP request, right? So these all are the different arguments that you can set along with set cookie function. The next topic is how to retrieve a cookie. Now we have a super global variable called $_cookie, and you can use this $_cookie variable for retrieving the cookie, right? Also we can use this isSet function before retrieving a cookie to check whether your cookie is set or not, right? Because sometimes it is a possibility that you have not set the cookie but still you are trying to access the value of that cookie. Then will you get the value, or what is the error that should be displayed? So before retrieving the cookie, you can check that whether your cookie is set or not using isSet function. Next is deleting a cookie. So if you want to delete a cookie, you can use, there is no specific way or procedure or function to delete a cookie. For deleting a cookie, you can again use this function set cookie, and you can set your expiration date in past. Now normally we set our expiration date in future because we want our cookie to be expired somewhere in future, right? But if instead of future you set your expiration date in past, right, it means that you want to delete a cookie. So whenever you set this function's expiration date in past, it means you are deleting that cookie. Okay, so here is one example. Here you can see that I have written set cookie, and inside that I have specified user, that is my cookie name, and I have specified my expiration date, that is time. Now this time function, basically if I call, it means it will retrieve current time, and from current time I am subtracting 3600 seconds. Okay, so it means you are setting the expiration time 1 hour ago, that is you are setting the expiration time in the past. As soon as you write this function, whatever cookie with name user you had created previously, that cookie will be deleted, right? So you do not have a specific function for deleting a cookie, but this is a trick in which you can delete the existing cookie. Now let us see one program in which we will set and try to retrieve the cookie. So here you can see that I have created a program in which I will set the cookie name, cookie value, and I will retrieve the cookie value. So let us start. Now the important thing that you need to take into consideration while creating the cookie is that you have to call this set cookie function before you start your HTML, right? So here you can see that I have returned the set cookie function in our PHP syntax, that is $PHP and angular bracket close. But before I start my HTML tag, this is very important. Whenever you are setting cookie for a web page, you will call this function before you start your actual HTML or the other PHP script, right? So here you can see that I have created two variables. The first variable is $cookie_name is equal to user, and $cookie_value is equal to Shruti Rawal. Now these are two variables that I have created. Then I have called this function set cookie, and we know that there are certain parameters that I can pass inside this function. What are the things that I have passed? You know that only cookie name is mandatory, every other argument is optional. So here I have in the first position passed $cookie_name. So I have passed a variable, right? So these variable basically consist of what? It consists of a string that is user. So actually I have set my cookie name to user, right? Just I have used the reference, that is I have passed the variable, and inside the variable I have stored some string. You can directly pass the string over here also, that is not a concern. The second thing that I have passed is again $cookie_value. This is the second variable. So basically I have passed the cookie value, that is Shruti Rawal. So the first thing that you write will be cookie name. The second thing that you pass after comma will be your cookie value. So what will be my cookie value? Here I have passed $cookie_value variable, and that consists of what? String Shruti Rawal. So I have set my cookie name to user and cookie value to Shruti Rawal. The next thing that I have passed is expiration time. So again I have written time function that will retrieve current time, and I have added something to my current time. So basically I have set my expiration time in future. And what is the time that I have added? I have added what is the time that I have added? 86400. Now 86400 is equivalent to 1 day, and 1 into 30, that is 1 day into 30, that is 30 days. So I have set my expiration time to 1 month. And the last thing that I have passed is forward slash. It means I want my cookie to be valid for every directory. So the last thing that I have passed is forward slash. That means I want my cookie to be valid for every directory. So I have set my cookie before starting the actual web page or your HTML page. Now what have I done? In my HTML code, again I have written the PHP script, and inside that I have used if condition. I have told you that it is a good programming concept to check whether your cookie is set or not before retrieving the value of that cookie. So here I have checked the condition, and for checking whether your cookie is set or not, what is the function that I will use? Is set. So here I have used this is set function. Inside that I have passed which I have checked by which global variable $_cookie, and inside that I have passed the name of my cookie. So basically there is a mapping of this super global variable. We know that all the super global variables in PHP are nothing but they are associative array, right? So if you pass a particular key inside it, you will retrieve the value. Now what is the key that you have to pass inside this $_cookie super global variable or this associative array? It is the cookie name. So as soon as you pass this cookie name, it will check, this function will check that is there any cookie set with this variable name. If yes, then it will go to the else part, and if it is not set, because I have written over here not, if it is not set, that means I will echo that cookie named. Here I have concatenated this again, this variable, that is my cookie name variable, is not set. So if my cookie name user is not set, what will I get in my web page display? I will get cookie named user is not set. And if it is set, I'll go into the else, and I am retrieving the cookie name as well as the cookie value. If you want to retrieve the cookie name, you have to directly concate the variable that you have passed, right? So echo cookie is, then dot whatever cookie name variable you have set over there, that is $cookie underscore name was the variable in which I have assigned my cookie name. So that I have concatenated and I have written is set. And the second value that I have printed on the web page is value of my cookie. How to retrieve the value of your cookie? You can again use this super global variable $_cookie, and inside that if you pass the key as your cookie name, the thing that you will retrieve is your cookie value. So here you can see that value is the string which I have concatenated with this super global variable $_cookie and cookie name variable I have passed. So what will I retrieve? I will retrieve the cookie value, that is Shruti Rawal. So I will be getting value is Shruti Rawal. Okay, so this is a program that I have done for executing the cookie. Now let us run this program, and you know that for running this program you need to have XAMPP server or whatever server you have. This program I am running on localhost, and so the first time when you click on your page, it is not set, the cookie will not be set. When will this cookie be set? Because the first time when you are setting the cookie, basically it is requesting to the server to send the response of the cookie. So first time the cookie will not be sent, but if you reload the page, so here I have written the node, you might have to reload the page to see the value of cookie. So the second time when you reload the page, your cookie value will be stored into your browser, and you will be able to see the value of cookie. So this is the program that I have done for executing the cookie. Now let us run this program, and you know that for running this program you need to have XAMPP server or whatever server you have. This program I am running on localhost, and so the first time when you click on your page, it is not set, the cookie will not be set. When will this cookie be set? Because the first time when you are setting the cookie, basically it is requesting to the server to send the response of the cookie. So here I have written the node, you might have to reload the page to see the value of cookie. So the second time when you reload the page, your cookie value will be stored into your browser, the cookie name and cookie value. So here the first time when you click on the page, it goes into the if condition that your cookie is not set, and you will get that cookie named user is not set. Now I am reloading the page. As soon as I reload the page, because this is the request from the same user and the response is already been available into the client browser, that is now the cookie is stored into the browser. The second time when I request the same to the same server, the same user request to the server, cookie will be set, and the thing that I will display is cookie user is set, value is Shruti Rawal, right? So this is what you can do for maintaining the state. So this is what you can do for maintaining the state using cookie, right? So this was all about what do you mean by cookie, and how to set a cookie, how to retrieve a cookie, and how to delete a cookie in PHP. And this was all about today's lecture. Thank you.